Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Bored UPLANDER Show. I'm your host, Eddie the Metaverse. Today we're going to go and check the market out for particularly block explorers, because that's what I like to stock up on and use as my digital asset for attaching the products for the brands that we're introducing into Upland, and also my artwork. But we're going to look at the NFLPA legit market, see where that stands. We're going to see the map assets market, see where that stands. And the map assets market is another form of digital assets that I'm using for physical product. We're going to kick off the sales of Peregrine Honig's artwork, fine artwork in Upland, using map assets, the Aphrodite ones, to sell off high-end porcelain statuettes called Selfie. We'll get into that later in another video. But for now, again, let's check out the markets. As you can see here, I got the world view of Upland. They have multiple cities open now, with the latest one being Berlin. But what we're going to do is look at the market. So first thing I do is come over here to this magnifying glass in the bottom my right hand corner. I click on where it says assets in the assets tab. You can search for properties somewhat the same way. You just need to know the address. Here we have block explorers, football legits, soccer legits, football with a U, if you would like to say it that way. NFLPA legits, which includes jerseys and caps, our vehicles, digital vehicles, and I'll explain what we're doing as part of the digital aspect there. Legits. Now this is where I believe fine art in Upland will exist, and I'm using the FIFA World Cup 2023 posters. They released a collection of all the posters they've ever had for every World Cup, and they're beautifully encased, and I'll show them to you in a minute. But I think when it comes to the fine art that we see hanging up on walls, this is where in Upland and in the nowhere immersive space, we'll be able to take advantage and enjoy these. Next, structure ornaments for small businesses. This is where the majority, if not the vast majority, of your advertisements will come by creating unique designs that show off your logo, show off your product, show off your service. And then finally, mapped assets. These are statues, lawn ornament type things. Again, another avenue of designing something very unique to your product or service, and your logo and your business name, but it is functioned or has a function within the Upland metaverse, and eventually the nowhere immersive space that is functional in that sense, like outdoor. All right, let's get into it. I always like to do the block explorers first. Gives you a general setting. Here is the sorting menu, where I go and sort it by lowest to high price. Okay, and this will give us an instant snapshot of what the Upland asset market for the block explorers is. As you can see here, the zombie, which has 2,666 mints, very clever Upland, existing, is at about $3. Anything that is in the single or under 100 or 1,000, excuse me, UPIX tends to be reserved for a player. So this is reserved for a player, not really purchasable. But if we click inside the fall turkey, we can see that aside from the reserved block explorer, there's a floor price, which is $5 for the turkey. Let's go back. Okay, but for the general market, the zombie block explorer, which is part of this set here, as you can see, zombie, pumpkin man, and creepy kid all have the same min count of 2,666, and respectively they're about evenly priced, with the zombie being the least expensive at 3,000 UPIX, or equivalent of $3, and then creepy kid going up to 4K. What I like to do second to see what the market looks like is scroll down and find the lowest mint, the next lowest mint, and here consistently is the mugs, the FIFA mugs. They are selling at mint price. They went originally for 5,000 UPIX. Here is this one being sold for USD, for fiat. So somebody minted it and is turning around and selling it for about the same price in US dollars. But the beautiful thing about these mugs being this inexpensive is that with Smart Owl Coffee, www.smartowlcoffee.com, link in the description down below, we sell buck boxes, Bored UPLANDER Club boxes that include a sample pack of the coffee, a replica mug of the NFT mug that you're purchasing, and a Bored UPLANDER Club t-shirt. You'll get all that if you purchase one of these at the Buck Explorer store in San Pedro, Los Angeles, within the Upland metaverse, and we'll take a look at that later. These FIFA mugs, only 140 of each country, participating country, has been minted. So it is a good chance that the person that will buy this, particularly because a replica mug comes with it, will want to keep it. Meaning that once these 140 mints are gone or are resold at a much higher value, so people can get their money back in a way, then they're for your next assets, you can link on to something else. Again, a bigger pool would be, you know, selling coffee with zombies, or because you're selling an exclusive sort of membership box, then you can go ahead and you know, use a lower mint, so you can run out of it and say, okay, that's it for that box, and then we're going to move on to something else that can be played off the theme of the block floor. Okay, so that's what I see so far, that the mugs at the lowest mint are at the same price roughly as those at a very high mint. So next I look for exactly things that I have been either collecting or using as part of the digital program that I'm implemented in Upland. So first is the director ones. Director. Those are one-of-ones. And what I'm doing is I'm collecting them so that I can create merchandise from it, since I exclusively own that image now. And that's the thing about NFTs, non-fungible tokens, is that the pushing of the envelope of true ownership is being tested in this space. So if this is a one-on-one, even though it's designed for somebody else, and I can, you know, use the image of it, I can extract the PNG, well, then I exclusively own that image to be used in any manner that I want. So here we go, is the listing of the Director's Block Explorer. As you can see, the least expensive one is $40. This is a one-of-one. Now, a lot of the times, the way these things are priced is based on roughly two factors. One is the design, how well designed it is. $40, this is the least expensive. Now, the design-wise, it's an aesthetic thing that one can judge on their own. Very much like buying art, it's an intrinsic value, something, you know, that only I can, as a seller, can interpret as being attractive to me, therefore resellable in some way to the general market because it's attractive too. So I haven't jumped on this one. It's on my radar, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not moving on it yet. I think this is the Golem one, or I think this is a World of Warcraft character. Alright, so you can see here, the very squared images. The newer designers, really great job with the face though. So this would be, you know, again, it is on my radar for the reason that I like what they did with the face. Some of the newer designers would have rounded this out with a slope to give it a more rounder shape. But yeah, very well done with the face. All right, so I look at my budget is $100 or 100,000 UPIX. I try to keep it under that price, because again, when I resell them as t-shirts, I'm looking to make only 100 of them, and be able to keep my overhead low as to price per unit. So the next one that I would consider to be a good, a good target, strong target for me, are these two here. I have, it's a really beautiful design. I think this is like now where we can kind of talk about Block Explorer's designs as the artwork that that we want to be seen, not just an image. So it's beautifully done with the butterfly here, and this is what I mean by they built out a 3D object using probably Blender, most likely Blender, and then stamped the image as it was submitted by the Uplander. The next one that I want to show off as a strong target for my next purchase is this one by Dinosaur 2022. Beautiful abstract image, cubism. It's got everything that, yeah, look at that. All right. Now the process is pretty much the same for all of the other assets. If we go to Football Legits, you'll see how these legits are cutting edge for what is possible in the Upland metaverse. Here we have the video NFTs. They have video and sound. They're clips of highlights of moments of the 2022 World Cup. This one is Argentina's goal in the 10th minute. There you go. That's the video NFT. You can see how beautiful it looks with the encasing. Right, very nice. Here it gives you the fact that it's a 1 of 1. Now this is part of the gamification, these fan points. We'll get into that some other time. But so let's sort them out again. What is the market for the FIFA video NFTs? Low to high, apply. Currently, it is the Australia save in the 11th minute. There are only 11 existing mints of it for $14. So that's what the market is for those legits. There are multiple categories for the FIFA soccer ones. Here we have the boots. If we show more here, we can sort that out again by low to high, apply. 70,000 UPIX. Oh, sorry, no, those are probably reserved. 1,500 UPIX is the low. That's a 2022 Australia scarf. Let's look at the structure ornaments next. Same thing, sort by, low to high. The lowest price is a Genesis sign at $6.50. Very nice. This is from the 2023 Genesis event design contest. I love the use of the Las Vegas sign aesthetic. This is number 36 of 500. Very low mint number. On the high end, high to low, there is a one of the two Jackie Sai Rosetta skull decoration. So now this, for the business and brand owner, is what I'm talking about. Jackie Sai is an artist from China. He created this cover for the house that can be used during certain times of the year. Okay, and as you can see, it has this trademark pattern design, and it has the ability to show off his name or brand if he wanted to, and his logo. But in this case, because he's a visual artist, he has a signature style that he put on this. Very cool. That is the structure ornaments. Go to the NFLPA legits. Now, these sports cards, in a sense, digital sports cards, are similar to the style of sports cards that you see baseball, unfortunately they're called, they're off brands now. Donruss, Panini, Flair, that don't have a contract, a licensing agreement with the MLB association, the MLB group, Major League Baseball. Therefore they can't use the team logos on them, right? So they're of the players, but they don't have any team logos. Now, that being said, there's still a really strong market for those in the sports collecting memorabilia market, I believe. And as this is one of the assets that I use for digital sales, I can attest that the same can be applied to these digital assets in the game if a physical asset is attached. You can go ahead and redeem this if you own, or if you bought this, from the Bored Uplander shop called Buck Leatherheads in San Pedro, Los Angeles, California. The transaction is what triggers the redemption code that you'll need to use when going to the Bored Uplander Club website to type in and redeem your product. All right. So in this case, we see Kyle Van Noy. He came into the league in 2014, I believe. It's a 1-of-1, so there's only one of these caps available, okay, in this digital asset. And in this case, the Van Noy comes in at a whopping $5. Very, 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 very good price for, again, the digital that I'm doing. Buy low to keep my overhead down, and then attach it to a physical item so that when I'm able to source that at a decent price for myself to resell, then my overhead total between the two plus shipping can be covered by however I'm selling it within the metaverse, in UPX or in dollars. Alright, so that's a market. There's a lot of one-of-ones being sold at a very, very, very good price. Okay, that is the NFLPA jerseys, or these, mementos. The essentials market. So more. We see that a number come in at 5 UPX. Now, for the larger mints in this market, it is normal to see something this low and not reserved. As you can see, if we're going to put a line that will possibly is being reserved and what is for sale, it would probably cross the line from 5 UPX to 6 UPX. So everything from here on out is being sold. And it's very much like the sports card market. You have your common, set fillers, or to put between your spokes in your bike. Those you can get at very, very cheap, while the more household name athletes, players, can be sold at a much higher price. All right, let's move on to our vehicles. So here is an MV Motors. The lowest priced currently is, those are reserved, at 22,000 UPX, it looks like. This is of 300, so only 300 of this Series 4 model has been produced. Is mint number 129 of the 300. It was minted December 31st, New Year's Eve, 2022. Nice cherry red. You can click on these arrows to see the stats of the car, and this is being used as part of the gamification of the metaverse. There are car races, street car races now that you can use these in. Okay, but the really cool thing is that this picture, this video, can help me recreate a 3D printout model. That's how the Bored Uplander Club, myself, Eddie, the MetaVenture, is bringing the digital to Upland using this asset in particular. So you buy a car from Buck Motors in San Pedro, and soon in Ridgewood, and in other places, and you'll get you can redeem it for a 3D printout of this vehicle. We're going to start with one size first. We're going to do about a 5 to 6 inch model, and then we can go larger from there as the market expands and the dispensable income of Uplanders expands too. And finally, let's get into the mapped assets. This is the lawn ornaments, to put it simply, that you can get in the game, in the metaverse. Low to high. Let's see which ones. So, again, being reserved at $5.50. Upland has partnered with the Susan G. Komen Foundation, breast cancer research, or really, they do help a lot of other types of female cancers. They created these lawn ornaments, which are light fixtures. Okay, this is number 17 of 50. There are only 50 made of this style. All right, at $5.50. And it goes on from there. Different assets. These tiles come from the FIFA collaboration. This one is user-generated, Uplander-generated content. That's why the higher mint is available. They want to be able to propagate it for as much of the Upland metaverse as possible. So very nice Poseidon statue. I'm planning on picking a few of these up because in San Pedro, being a port town, we're close to the ocean, and Poseidon, his Triton, anchors, pirate motif is very popular here, and I want to be able to replicate that for San Pedro. So on the low end, I can find this number 19 of 1,000 for $9. Right? That is the market for the Upland assets. Thank you for sticking along on this long-ish video. I try to keep them as short as possible, under 15 minutes. So take care, everybody. Come back again. This one was sponsored by We Roll Up. If you're in the San Pedro, South Bay area of Los Angeles, look them up. They have a great store in San Pedro that we're looking to sell canna boxes with paraphernalia, merchandise, swag, all kinds of goodies that you can get. Just look them up, werollup.com. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Come back again. Eddie the Metaverser out for Bored UPLANDER Club.